I used to work the night shift at a community radio station on the outskirts of town, WXR 103.1. All vinyl, no budget, with three loyal listeners. It was just me, an ancient control board, and whatever records hadn't warped in the heat. The place smelled like dust and old electricity. My shift ran from midnight to 4 a.m. Mostly I'd play jazz or static heavy blues tracks, mutter into the mic between cigarettes. The phone almost never rang. If it did, it was usually some drunk wanting to hear Sinatra. But one night, something changed. At about 1:06 a.m., the line lit up, and I answered like always. WXR, what's keeping you up? It was dead silence. I waited. I used to get prank calls, but softly, like the voice was coming from the other end of a long line, I heard somebody whisper, "It's in the walls." Then a click. It gave me chills, sure, but I chalked it up to a prank, like somebody just messing around. But I played Coltrane to shake the feeling. About 15 minutes later, the line lit up again, but same timestamp at 1:06 a.m. WXR, go ahead. Again, silence, but this time I didn't hang up, decided to wait. Then I heard breathing, and then scratching, but not over the line. It was behind me. When I spun around, the sound was coming from the back of the wall studio, like like fingernails tapping inside the drywall. I laughed nervously and hung up. Told myself it was just a rat, or maybe I was just tired. Third night in a row, the same thing happened. A call at 1:06 a.m. Whispered phrases, but always different. First one was "Don't turn around." The second one was "He's watching through the glass." And the third one said, "You're not alone in there." That last one really got to me because I'd always had this weird feeling about the sound booth glass. It was reflective, and sometimes I'd catch movement that didn't quite match mine. Just a flicker in the reflection, but gone when I turned. I started sleeping with the radio on at home, low volume, just to make sure nothing crept in through the silence. That's when I realized something horrifying. The calls weren't coming during the live broadcasts. I listened back to the recorded shows the next day, and there were no calls, just dead air where I had spoken. No audio, no whisper, just silence, like someone had edited them out. But no one else had access to the recordings. I kept them locked. But on the seventh night, the voice didn't call at 1:06 a.m. Instead, it came through the broadcast feed. I was playing a record, Blue in Green by Miles Davis, when something bled in underneath the trumpet. A whisper, low and sibilant. "Come to the transmitter." I stared at the levels. It wasn't on the record. It was coming live from the transmitter feed. The station's transmitter was up on a hollow hill. Remote, surrounded by trees, with no lights, but I hadn't been up there in years. At 3:03 a.m., I did something incredibly stupid. I grabbed my keys and drove. The station door creaked when I opened it. Inside the transmitter room was freezing, the wrong kind of cold, like the air hadn't moved up in a decade. But someone had been in there. A chair had been dragged to face the window. A tape recorder sat on the desk, one of those old reel-to-reel units. It was spinning slowly, as though it wasn't plugged in. I stepped closer. The reel hissed. Then the whisper came again, clearer this time. Closer. "Sit down." I didn't. I ran. I quit the next day. No notice. I don't know who took over my shift, and honestly, I don't care. But here's the thing. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I flip through the stations on the dial just for background noise. And if I land on 103.1 after midnight, I sometimes hear a voice, but not a DJ, not a record, just a man whispering, "You shouldn't have left."